This is what I call a non-optimized Google Business Profile. It looks uninviting, not credible, not trustworthy, and highly unlikely to attract many customers, if any at all. Here is another profile which belongs to one of my clients. Can you spot the difference? This Google Business Profile is fully optimized and contains tons of information and features that help showcase what this business is about, its reputation, where it operates, and much more. The results? It appeared across Google Search and Google Maps 7,817 times over the past 6 months, which led 573 people to either call my client, message him, or visit his website. Not bad if you ask me, considering a Google listing is totally free. If you feel your Google Business Profile is not attracting as many customers as you would like it to, it's probably because you're not making the most of it. In this Google Business Profile optimization tutorial, I'm going to show you how to fully optimize your listing so you can attract more customers and generate more revenue in the process. To make this course as easy as possible, I have organized it into chapters, so even if you don't watch all of it today, you can easily come back to it later and start again from where you left off using the timestamps on the timeline of the video. If you're watching this video, I assume you already have a Google Business Profile setup. If not, you can watch my tutorial, Google Business Profile Setup, first and come back here later. If you're ready, let's get started. Head over to Google and sign in to the Google account you used to sign up for a Google Business Profile. In the Google search bar, type the following: My Business. This will bring up your Google listing or listings if you have more than one. Just click on the View Profile button of the listing you want to optimize. This will display your Google listing panel along with the many options available to edit it, and right under them a list of Google recommendations about what you should be considering doing next. The interface you are seeing may be different and will depend on your account. You might see a list of icons like these, which you can expand, or the other alternative will be just 3 buttons, like in this example. To make this easy, I'll call them interface number 1 and interface number 2, respectively. It doesn't really matter which interface you are actually seeing. They both do the same things. I'll make sure throughout this tutorial to use both so nobody gets lost. Let's have a look at our first item. Your business name is an important part of your profile because it influences where your listing ranks on Google Search and Google Maps. Let's say I'm a handyman based in Dallas. Having both keywords handyman and Dallas as part of my business name would help me tremendously to rank in Google for anyone searching for those words. And as you can see, it is no surprise that the top 3 businesses ranking for the query handyman Dallas all have both words in their business name. Having said that, most of you watching this video have likely chosen your business name a long time ago, and changing it so it includes relevant keywords wouldn't be an option. But like many other business owners, you might be tempted to add keywords to your business name on your listing to boost your visibility, like in the example of this chiropractor who is clearly trying to rank for many keywords. But I wouldn't recommend doing it. It is against Google's guidelines, which specify your name should reflect your business's real-world name as used consistently on your shopfront, website, stationery, and as known to customers. Not abiding by these rules may put your listing at risk and could result in your listing being suspended. However, you might be able to legitimately add more relevant keywords to your business name without infringing Google's guidelines. Here is an example of a listing for a beauty salon called Chiswick Boutique. When I check their shop front, right under their business name, I can see the words nails and beauty. Their website also displays those keywords, so this is clearly how they represent themselves in the real world. Therefore, they should be able to add both these keywords to their name, which will abide by Google's guidelines. To edit your business name through interface number 1, click on Edit Profile. Hover on the business name option and then click on the pencil icon. Don't forget to save your changes. To edit it with interface number 2, click on the Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, click on Business Information and do the exact same thing. Let's move on to our next chapter. Adding a business address to your listing sounds like a straightforward exercise, but many of you get it wrong. let's run through the various possible scenarios. If you own a brick and mortar location and customers visit you at that location, then you can add an address to your listing, like in this example. You may also want to include a suite number or indicate which floor your business is on. If so, it is recommended you add these details to a second address line. To do this, from interface number 1, click on Edit Profile, and from the pop-up window, click on the location link in the menu. Make sure your address is correctly entered, and if you want to add a suite number, just click on Add Address Line, then add a suite number, for example. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile, then from the pop-up window, click on Business Information, and finally, click on Location, then follow the same steps we've just covered. Note, Google doesn't take suite numbers or floors into consideration to differentiate businesses. It's just a good idea to add them to your listing so customers can find you easily. Another couple of important points to highlight is for those of you who operate from what is known as a virtual office. Such locations are not eligible for a Google Business Profile. You will not be able to claim a listing either if your business is based in a co-working space unless that office maintains clear signage, receives customers at the location during opening hours, and is staffed during opening hours by your business staff. Let's move on to businesses that don't operate from a physical location, but instead travel to customers at their homes. These businesses are known as service area businesses. Typical examples would be plumbers, electricians, pest control specialists, etc. If you fall under this category, according to Google's guidelines, you should not add a physical address to your listing, but instead specify the areas in which you operate. Let me show you how. From interface number 1, click on Edit Profile and then on the location menu link. If you see an address there, it should not be visible to customers since you are a service area type of business, and you should technically toggle it off. Then the next thing you'll need to do is to specify the areas you cover by clicking on the service area option. From there, you can add regions, cities, postcodes, or districts that your business serves. You can include up to 20 areas as long as they are within a 2-hour drive of where your business is based. From interface number 2, just click on Edit Profile and from the pop-up window, choose Business Information. Then click on Location and follow the same steps we've just covered. Don't be tempted to add areas you don't cover in a hope it will help your business rank in Google. Service areas are not a ranking factor. They just help customers to visualize the zone your business covers on Google Maps, which are highlighted with a red boundary, like in this example. Before concluding on service area businesses, there is a very important point I'd like to flag. Although according to Google's guidelines, service area businesses shouldn't display an address, you may have noticed a lot of them do. There are two main reasons behind this. The first one is, if you don't show an address on your listing, you won't get a pin on the map, which could discourage potential customers from calling you. The other reason is, it would seem that listings without an address would have a tendency to not rank as high on Google search results as the ones that do. The problem is, if you don't abide by Google's guidelines and decide to add an address to your listing despite being a service area business, Google will not help you when you encounter issues with your listing unless you correct this first. Worse, your listing could get suspended. Obviously, the decision to display or not an address on your listing if you're a service area is entirely up to you. You'll just have to measure risks versus rewards before making a decision. What I recommend is to always follow Google's guidelines to avoid any nasty surprises further down the line. The last scenario I quickly want to cover is for businesses known as hybrid businesses. They are businesses that deal with customers face-to-face at a physical location, but who also visit customers at their homes. Typical examples would be restaurants that also do deliveries. If you fall into this category, then you can add a physical address to your listing as well as specify areas in which you operate. Time to move on to our next step. Most of you would have added a phone number to your listing when setting it up. If you need to edit it or simply need to add one, from interface number 1, click on Edit Profile and then click on the Contact menu link. Add the primary phone number that connects directly to your business. If you also use a toll-free number, for example, you can add it as a secondary phone number by clicking on this link. If you use a call tracking number, you must make it your primary number and add your main number as a secondary number. Using interface number 2, click on Edit Profile, then on Business Information and the Contact option, then follow the very same steps. Please note, don't use premium rate telephone numbers as they are not allowed. According to the 2021 Local Search Ranking Factors survey, your primary business category is now the most influential factor that impacts the rankings of your listing. That's why it's important you choose it wisely. Depending on your business type, picking the right category might be trickier than you think. Let's say you're a dentist, for example. Should your primary category be dentist, cosmetic dentist, or perhaps dental clinic? My recommendation here is to choose the category that matches the service or product that brings the most revenue to your business. Alternatively, you can spy on your competitors' listings to see what categories they have chosen. You can quickly do this using a free Chrome extension called GMB Everywhere, which you can install on your browser. Once installed, go to Google Maps and search for a keyword you'd like your listing to rank for. GMB Everywhere will automatically overlay the categories for each business as part of the results. The star icon next to a category indicates it is the primary category this specific business has selected. All the other categories you can see are secondary categories. These businesses have also added to their listings, which are not visible to the public. To edit your business categories from interface number 1, click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, hover over the category section, then click on the pencil icon. From there, you will be able not only to modify your primary category, but also to add secondary categories you feel are relevant to your business. Use the GMB Everywhere extension to see what secondary categories your competitors have added to their listings. You can add up to 9 secondary categories. To edit categories from interface number 2, just click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, select Business Information and follow the same steps as previously described. If your business is seasonal, here is a very important tip to take into consideration. Switch your primary category according to season. Let's say you are a heating, ventilation and air conditioning specialist, also known as HVAC. You might want to set your primary category as air conditioning contractor during the summer and heating contractor during the winter. The website you link your listing to also plays a significant part in how well your business ranks on Google Maps. Just like everything else we have covered so far, although linking your Google profile with a website should be easy, there are a few things to take into consideration before you proceed. The first one is the page of your website you should link your listing to. If you only manage one listing, the decision is straightforward, and in most cases, you should link your profile to the homepage of your website. The important factor to keep in mind is to make sure the content of your homepage is in line with the primary category you've chosen, the keyword you are targeting, and the service you offer, like in the example of this family law attorney based in Phoenix. For those of you who run businesses with multiple locations, link each listing to a dedicated location page on your website, like in the example of this dog grooming company. This means you'll have to create location pages on your website for each listing if you haven't already done it. If you decide to change your primary category based on seasonal trends, as we saw in a previous chapter, change the website link of your listing to a page on your website that will be in line with the seasonal category you've selected. To update a website link using interface number 1, click on the Edit Profile icon. From the pop-up window, hover on the website option and click on the pencil icon, then add or modify the link. Using interface number 2, click on the Edit Profile option and from the pop-up window, Business Information. You should be able to locate the website option from there and follow the same steps. Last thing regarding links, you are not allowed to link your listing to social media pages. If you don't have a website, you can build a free one directly from your Google listing. Here is a typical example of a nail salon located in San Diego using this free Google website. It is created automatically based on your Google business listing information and only takes minutes to customize. To build one from either interface, click on the website option. You should see a dialog box that says you have a website created with Google. Click on Manage. This will take you to the old Google Business Profile Manager. Customize your site to your taste using the built-in options. Once you're done, click on Publish. It will automatically associate the link to this site with your listing. It shouldn't come as a surprise to you that reviews are crucial to the success of your listing and your business overall. So much so that a recent survey conducted by Bright Local revealed that 98% of consumers read online reviews for local businesses. Reviews are displayed prominently on your profile and on their own can make the difference between someone calling you a business or not. So you should take them very seriously. Beyond their impact on your reputation, reviews also play a huge part in your listing visibility in search results. According to the 2021 local search ranking factors, 3 of the most influential ranking factors are review related. So if you want to stand out from your competition, improve your ranking in search results, be perceived as a credible business, and increase conversions and leads, I think that covers everything, it's important you get more Google reviews. The good news is, all you need to do is ask your customers to post reviews on your profile as recommended by Google. You can do this via text, email, or social media platforms. Google even created a shortcut link to simplify the process. To find it from interface number 1, click on the Ask for Review icon and select the appropriate option. Alternatively, you can copy the link and use it any way you like. Anyone clicking on it will trigger the review pop-up for your listing. You can do this too from interface number 2. Just click on the Promote button and from the pop-up window, select the Ask a Review option. Once you've received a review, it's important you respond to them as it will contribute to building customer trust. Don't just respond to positive reviews. Believe it or not, you will also receive negative reviews. Respond to them too and make sure you remain professional at all times. When a customer posts a review on your profile, you will be notified via email or your phone if you are logged into your account. It will also be mentioned in the recommendations right under the icons or buttons where you update your listing. Just click on it to post your responses. If you're planning on requesting reviews via email, you can use my review request template, which is downloadable from the description below. It's completely free. Before moving on to the next step, if you like this video so far, please remember to hit the like button as it helps my channel grow and allows me to continue making more videos so I can help you out further. Thanks a lot. There is nothing more frustrating than turning up outside of a business only to find out the doors are closed despite showing it was opened on their listing. Keeping your business hours accurate and up to date is paramount if you don't want to miss out on generating revenue or avoid customer backlash such as a negative review, for example. To update your hours from interface number 1, click on the Edit Profile icon. From the pop-up window, click on the Hours menu link. From there, you'll have the option to add your regular business hours, but also set holiday opening hours. You can even add more hours for specific services you provide, such as happy hours, online operating hours, hours for the elderly, and more. These options will vary depending on the primary category you have chosen for your business. To edit hours from interface number 2, just click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, select Business Information and follow the same steps as previously described. Sadly, with the COVID-19 crisis, it has been difficult for a lot of business owners to keep their opening hours up to date due to constant changes, resulting in a lot of inaccurate information on a lot of Google listings. To fix this issue, Google is planning to automatically update the business hours of 20 million businesses around the globe in the next 6 months using AI technology. There is a great likelihood your listing might be one of them. While this sounds great, in principle, the way Google is going to source the data is debatable and your listing may end up with the wrong information, which is the last thing you want. Here is how you can avoid this from happening. Make sure you add your operating hours on your website, as this is one of the first places Google will look to verify if the information they hold matches with what they can find on the web. You might want to update your business hours straight after watching this video. For example, you could set hours for a special holiday day in advance for next year. This will flag to Google you're keeping your hours up to date. Finally, make sure you manually verify every now and then if your opening hours are still accurate. Adding an appointment link to your profile is another way to generate more leads to your business directly from your listing. You don't have to run a restaurant, be a hairdresser or a dentist to add an appointment link to your listing. You can also add an appointment link to your profile if you're a service type of business such as a lawyer, an accountant, or even an electrician. Like many other business owners, you can simply use your contact us page as a way of encouraging people to make a booking with you. I would still encourage you, however, to use a more appropriate booking facility instead of a contact us page, as it will look a lot more professional. Here is an example of a web design agency that uses an app called Calendly. In my opinion, it looks a lot better than a contact us page. Calendly offers a basic free plan, which should be more than enough to entice more customers to make a booking with you as opposed to a contact us page. To add an appointment link to your listing from interface number 1, click on the arrow right here to expand the list of available options. Click on Bookings. On the links to your online booking tools, click on Add a link. Add the link you want your appointment link to point to in a field and save. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile. Select the booking option and follow the same process. Your business description is displayed at the very bottom of your listing panel. This is your chance to tell potential customers what your company is about, maybe a bit of your history, what you stand for, and so on. Your business description could be compared to an About Us page you can find on most websites. It's very important to know that your description has zero influence on where your listing ranks in Google search results, so there is no need to stuff it with keywords you are trying to rank for. Don't add links, don't write your copy in uppercase, and refrain from using emojis as well, as it doesn't look very professional. The description can hold up to 750 characters, however, only 244 of them will be shown. Visitors will need to click on More to reveal the rest of it. To add or update your business description, from interface number 1, click on Edit Profile. Then from the pop-up window, hover on the description option and click on the pencil icon. Add your description to the field and save it. Using interface number 2, click on the Edit Profile option and from the pop-up window, click on Business Information. You should see the description option listed there. You may have noticed that some business listings on the Google Map Pack and Google Maps results show how many years they have been operating. This information can be quite reassuring for some customers, especially if those businesses have been established for many years. The good news is you can set this up yourself. To do this, from interface number 1, click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, select Opening Date. Enter the date when your business started operating, then click on Save. To do this, from interface number 2, click on the Edit Profile option and from the pop-up window, click on Business Information. You should see the Opening Date option listed there. Google will automatically add the number of years you've been in business to your listing based on the opening date you've provided. I know what you're thinking. Since adding your opening date is a manual process, you can easily add whichever date you want and make it look like you've been in business for a long time. Yes, you can, but I believe in transparency, so try not to fool prospective customers because they will eventually find out. Note, the number of years you've been in business only shows on your listing in Search and Maps, but not on your panel. If you've never heard of business attributes before, they can be described as labels which can appear on certain Google listings in search results and help business owners convey certain features or qualities about their business. For example, women-owned, curbside pickup, no contact delivery, LGBTQ+ friendly, wheelchair accessible, and more. When adding certain attributes to your profile, your business might appear and rank in Google when people search for specific places with those attributes. The attributes available to you will be determined by the primary business category you have selected. To add attributes to your profile, from interface number 1, click on the Edit Profile icon. From the pop-up window, select More. The attributes available will be split into different categories: Explore each category and select the ones that apply to your business. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, click on Business Information, then click on More. This will take you to the exact same spot where you can add attributes. The Questions and Answers section is a Google Business Profile feature that is overlooked by most business owners, which, in my opinion, is a big mistake. This is why. Since members of the public can post questions and answers directly on your listing, inaccurate information could end up being displayed on your profile. Or worse, you could end up with something that looks like this FAQ on a famous London Eye listing. While I'm sure you can appreciate the funny side, I believe this is not something you'd want to see on your own listing. You can avoid this by making sure that whenever someone posts a question on your listing, you are notified straight away so you can respond to it immediately. To do this, from interface number 1, click on the 3 dots above the list of icons. From the drop-down menu, select Notifications and make sure the alert for questions and answers is set to On. Follow the exact same steps from interface number 2. As a business owner, you can also post your very own questions as well as provide the answers to them, which is something I strongly recommend you do. Make a list of the top 3 or 4 most popular questions your customers ask you and add them to your own listing. To do this, from interface number 1, click on the Q&A icon. From the pop-up window, click on Ask a Question. Add your question, then click on Post. Another pop-up window will appear to confirm you've added your question. Click on the Ask Another button to add another one. Once you're done, click on Finished. From the next pop-up window, simply provide the answers to your own questions. To do the same thing from interface number 2, click on the Customer button. From the pop-up window, choose the Q&A option, then follow the same step as just described. Last but not least, questions can be liked, and the most liked question will appear directly on your listing. The minimum requirement for a question to appear on your listing is 3 likes. Choose the one question you think will be the most valuable for searchers to see and give it a thumbs up. Then ask a couple of your friends to do the same. Within minutes, it will display on your business panel. Needless to say, your photos play a massive part in showing off your business and how it will be perceived by prospective customers. But photos also contribute to the overall performance of your listing. According to Google, businesses that add photos to their business profiles receive 42% more requests for directions on Google Maps and 35% more clicks through to their websites than businesses that don't. That's why it's important not to overlook this aspect. The cover photo of your business is the first image visitors will see and your chance to make a good first impression. So make sure you use something that represents your brand the best and is of high quality. The recommended cover photo size is 1024 pixels by 576 pixels and should be either in a JPEG or PNG format and not exceed 5 megabytes. Please note that Google retains the right to choose a different cover photo for your listing if it deems it to be more representative of your business. The other equally important photo on your listing is your logo, as it helps your customers recognize your business on Google. The recommended Google My Business logo size is a square with the following dimensions: 720 pixels by 720 pixels, ideally in a PNG format so it retains its quality, and it shouldn't exceed 5 megabytes. To add or change your cover photo or your logo from interface number 1, click on the Add Photo icon and select the relevant option from the pop-up window. Choose your desired photo, then save it. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile and select the relevant option from the pop-up window. Beyond your cover photo and your logo, it's important you add photos to your listing regularly so you can drive customer engagement and leads. The best photos to add are the ones that will showcase your services, your products, your team members, the exterior and interior of your business, and so on. Your photos should be in either a JPEG or PNG format, not exceeding 10 megabytes, and be a minimum of 720 pixels by 720 pixels. Do not use free stock photos, as they are not representative of your business and likely to be automatically removed. To add more photos to your listing from interface number 1, just click on the Add Photo icon and from the pop-up window choose the photo option. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile and select the photo option from the pop-up window. Depending on your business type, you might have the option to add the products you sell or the services you offer to your listing. Both options can be a very powerful way to generate additional revenue and leads. Let's start with products. The great thing about this feature is how it visually enhances your business panel. When adding products to your listing, you can include images and prices and even create different product categories, all of which really increase the real estate of your listing. Because products are placed very high on your business panel, they are very eye-catching. Visitors can scroll through the list of products you sell and explore the various categories available. Clicking on a single product will open a pop-up window where you can find the product name, its price, a description, a call to action, and the ability to call the business directly. From there, you can also access all the products available. To add products to your listing from interface number 1, expand the menu and click on the Edit Product icon. This will redirect you to the old Google Business Profile Manager. If this is your first time adding products to your listing, click on Get Started. Select your product photo. The recommended size is 1200 pixels by 900 pixels. Give your product a name and assign a category to it. You can also add a price, a description, and a call to action, which are all optional. Once you're done, just click on Save and repeat for other products. From interface number 2, click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, click on the product option and follow the same steps we've just covered. Let's move on to services. If you're a service type of business, you can add the list of services you provide to your listing. Unfortunately, this feature is not as powerful as the product one because it only gets displayed within the Google Map app results, like in the example of this law firm located in Philadelphia. Nevertheless, it is a valuable addition that can help searchers make an informed decision when they come across your business. To add services to your listing from interface number 1, click on the Edit Services icon. Based on your category, Google will suggest a list of services you might want to choose from. Click on the ones you find relevant. If not, you can add custom ones. Once you've created your list, just click on a particular service to add a price and a description to it and save. To add services to your listing from interface number 2, click on Edit Profile. From the pop-up window, select the service option and follow the same steps. Some service-based businesses will also have access to the product feature. If it applies to you, I thoroughly recommend you use it even if you don't sell products. If we go back to the example of our lawyer in Philadelphia, you can see they have listed their services as products, which really helps them stand out. This is totally allowed by Google, so you don't have to worry about your listing being flagged or suspended. If you want to provide your customers with the latest information regarding your business directly from your profile, I suggest you use the Posts feature. Located at the very bottom of your business panel, posts act very much like something you would publish on your social media profiles. They are an easy way to let searchers know the latest updates about your business, when you organize a special event, or if you are currently running an offer of some sort. The content of your posts is also used by Google to help answer questions visitors may ask in the questions and answer features. You can publish 3 different types of posts on your listing, all of which have different attributes. Let's start with the first one, the latest update post. This one lets you add an image and a description of up to 1500 characters along with a call to action that can link to a page on your site. The other option is to create an offer post. This type of post will only display on your listing for the duration of the offer. You can add a voucher code to it, a photo, a link to a page where it can be redeemed, and include terms and conditions. The last post option you can use is an event post. Just like the offer post, it will display on your listing for the duration of the event, after which it will disappear. You can add a description of 1500 characters, a photo, and a call to action. To add a post to your listing using interface number 1, just click on the Add Update icon and select which post type you'd like to create, then fill in the details. From interface number 2, click on the Promote button. From the pop-up window, you should see the 3 different post types at the bottom of the pop-up window. select the one you want to add to your profile and fill in the details. I recommend you add a post to your listing at least once a week. No need to reinvent the wheel. If you're already posting on social media, just repurpose that content so it fits the Google Posts format. The easiest way for searchers to get in touch with your business is to use the call button that is linked to your primary phone number. Nowadays, however, many people prefer to text message rather than call. So if you don't want to miss out on potential leads, I recommend you consider activating the messaging feature on your profile. When you do, a chat button will appear as an option directly on your listing in the Google Map app, but also on your posts when your listing is found in Google search results on mobile phone. This chat button will not appear on your listing when viewed on a desktop, but instead a very prominent call to action button labeled Request a Quote may be added to your business panel. If you logged into the Google Map app on your phone with the Google account associated with your profile, a notification should appear on your screen almost immediately when visitors message you or request a quote. Just tap it to respond to it. Alternatively, open your Google Map app. On the bottom menu, you should see a red dot next to the update icon, which indicates you have unread messages. Tap it, then select Messages and Businesses. You can also access your messages from your desktop. From interface number 1, click on the Messages icon. This will open a pop-up window where you can access all your messages. From interface number 2, click on Customers. Then, from the pop-up window, on Messages. It's important you respond to messages as promptly as possible. Nobody likes to wait, and if you fail to do so, Google will automatically switch off the message feature. When activating the message feature, you will be able to add a welcome message and even add customized automated responses. If you need more information on how to set this up, I suggest you watch my video. Google adds a powerful new feature to Google Business Profiles. To activate this feature from interface number 1, click on the messages icon and click on Turn on Chat. If you want to set up a welcome message or add an automated response, click on the 3 dots here and choose the appropriate option from the pop-up window. From interface number 2, click on Customers and from the pop-up window on Messages. That's it for today, guys. Best of luck, and until next time, happy marketing!